Okay, good morning this morning and happy week, happy new week. My name is Great David, okay, and this is Princess Academy, all right, where we talk about where we make finance, personal finance, very simple, relatable, and practical. All right, we just like to keep it simple and nothing too much to it. That's we just leave out all the jargons and just make our money work for us, make smart decisions with our money. Okay, so the first thing or the thing I have for us this morning, it's a question, and it's whether we are ready. You see, the truth is life happens, right? Life happens. And that is why we need to prepare, get ourselves prepared for it. Get ourselves ready for whatever life throws at us. You see, it is not how what happens that matters, how we respond that matters. And sometimes it's not because we don't know how to respond, it's because we have not prepared to respond well. Okay, so we are basically talking about emergency funds, preparing or building an emergency fund that saves you, that keeps you, that protects you, that helps you to bounce back. All right. So I'll look at this from two angles. But first off, I want you to know that life or emergencies of life do not serve anyone notice. They just show up. They just they just pop up, and you are just thrown off balance if you are not ready. A medical diagnosis, a car breakdown, a breakage in the house, a phone loss, and even death. I know you will say, God forbid. Yes, yes, God forbid. I also join you to say, God forbid. Okay. But the thing is, God forbid, we actually permit so many things that God has forbidden by our lack of preparation. We permit those things that God actually forbade by our lack of preparation. And so this morning, we just want to see how we can get ourselves prepared. Even a job loss, somebody will say, also again, God forbid. And it's fine. Without an emergency fund, any of these emergencies could throw us off balance. And so let me look at it from these two angles. So if you are someone who lives from hand to mouth, and when I mean hand to mouth, I mean like you earn salary, yes. You earn salary, yes. Big salary, yes. But there's nothing left at the end of the day. So you are living from hand to mouth. No, not even a small savings anywhere. You are living from hand to mouth. That's the truth. So you depend on the next paycheck to get along. Now that's hand to mouth. So if you are that kind of person, if you lose your job today, you will suffer, your children will suffer if you have any. Those who depend on you will suffer because of your financial responsibility and financial recklessness. They will suffer. Then the second aspect is if you are someone who earns, saves, probably invest. Now, if you do not also have an emergency fund, there's every possibility that once an emergency happens, you will have to liquidate all your assets. I've seen people, and this is the crazy part. I've seen people sell, or heard people sell, or seen people sell their land so cheap at giveaway prices because something just came up and they did not have capability or capacity financially to solve it. So they just, you see them giving their lands away, giving their really precious assets away for ridiculous amounts, because they need to meet a need, they need to solve a situation that just come up. That if they had an emergency fund, they would have tackled it with the amount. But no, they do not have. So everything has to go, and they will start from ground level again, all over again. That is a very bad financial situation to be in. You cannot put yourself in that kind of place. So before you begin to invest or do any of those things, you should professionally have an emergency fund funded 3 to 6 months. In fact, recently some people have increased it because of the realities of life. Some people have increased it to 8 months, that you should have 8 months of emergency of your living expenses saved up as emergency fund in a very, very liquid account. Not something you just go and touch anytime you need a recharge card, you need airtime, and the DSTV is out, you need to subscribe. No, I'm not talking about that. That's your flex money. And the truth is, so many of us do not have structures to our finances. And this is about people who are building, not just random people who are just collecting, earning money. I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to people who are building. It doesn't matter how much you have right now, but you are building something. You could have 5,000 in your account, but you are building something. You know, you are intentional about this. Your aim is to build, and you are building it. It's you I'm talking to. I'm not talking about that person that thinks he has 500 naira, 500,000, and it's all just for spending. I'm not talking to you. So please, the actual principle is 3 to 6 months of your living standard, of your living expenses. That is, if your living expenses is 100,000, all you spend for transport, for feeding, for rent, everything in 1 month is 100,000, then you should be able to have 300,000 to 600,000 saved up somewhere in a maybe high savings, a high yield savings account, or a mutual fund account, something that you can get back whenever you need it, at most within 24 hours to 48 hours. And if you need practical hands-on training on or guidance on this, we are here to help you. Have a nice day, and I see you taking responsibility for your finances. Nobody's coming to get you. So get ready, prepare yourself. Winter is coming. Prepare yourself for it. Don't say God forbid, God will do it, and all of that. Prepare yourself. All right? Have something. If you have 70% and you need 30% from outside, it's better. Your journey is shorter. Somebody can come to your aid, but you have nothing. Starting from the ground floor is high level of financial irresponsibility. So today I challenge you and I encourage you to put up a structure, and in that structure there should be emergency funds. Thank you again, and have a great week ahead. I'll see you on Wednesday.